Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for January 16th. January 16th is the 16th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 349 days remaining to the end of the year, or 350 if it happens to be a leap year. Recently, we've been looking at words that have a variety of different meanings. With that in mind, today's word is read, R-E-D-E. As a verb, read can mean to advise or interpret or explain. As a noun, it can mean advice or an account or narration. The etymology of this word is from Old English, ultimately from the Indo-European root ar-, which means to fit together, a root which also gave us army, harmony, article, order, read, adorn, arithmetic, and rhyme. Earliest documented use is before the year 450. I'd like to take a moment to mention that links to my research are included in the show notes. Ask you to go ahead and click that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Remember that you can share this video with others with the link in your email, messaging, or social media. There's also a link in the show notes to my This Day in History playlist where you can see all of them if you want to. I'll put one up in the iCards there as well. And with that, we're going to start with the Medici family. The Medicis were a powerful and influential family for just a little over 500 years, from the 1200s into the 1700s. Mostly involved in banking and politics, the Medici family also produced 4 Catholic popes and 2 French queens. That's different from 2 turtle doves. The Medicis were patrons of great artists, writers, philosophers, and scientists from that time, such as Brunelleschi, Botticelli, Da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, Machiavelli, and Galileo. And they also financed the construction of some of the architectural wonders of that time, such as St. Peter's Basilica and the Santa Maria del Fiore. That said, on January 16, 1412, the Medici family was appointed official banker of the papacy. The Medicis have a website, even unto this day. I put a link below, and it looks pretty interesting, but probably help if you can read Italian. On January 16, 1605, Miguel Cervantes El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha, better known as Don Quixote, was published. This book is considered by many to be the first modern novel, as well as one of the greatest novels of all time. The protagonist was Alonso Quijano, whose obsessive reading of chivalric romances drove him mad. He adopted the name Don Quixote and, along with his squire Sancho Panza, roamed around La Mancha, a central region of Spain, taking on a number of challenges which existed entirely in his mind. For instance, he attacked a group of monks, a flock of sheep, and most famously, some windmills that he believed to be giants. The episodic story is intentionally comedic, and its intentionally archaic language contributed to its satirization of older stories of knights and their deeds. This is the birthday of French businessman André Michelin, born January 16, 1853. He was co-founder of the Michelin Tire Company and lived to the age of 78. January 16, 1910 is the birthday of American baseball player and sportscaster Dizzy Dean. He died at the age of 64. Nebraska became the 36th state to approve the 18th Amendment to the United States Constitution on January 16, 1919, making the necessary 3/4 of states approving the amendment. With this, prohibition was constitutionally mandated in the United States 1 year later. The League of Nations held its first council meeting in Paris, France on January 16, 1920. This is the birthday of race car driver A.J. Foyt, born January 16, 1935. Still alive, he turns 86 in 2021. On January 16, 1945, Adolf Hitler moved into his underground bunker, the Führer bunker, with his dog Blondie and his girlfriend Eva Braun. They had electricity and running water, so it was better than most tornado shelters in that regard, but I do have to wonder about what being literally underground for months does to one's mental health, especially someone whose mental health was perhaps precarious in the first place. 105 days later, Hitler and Ms. Braun got married and then committed suicide. The original Broadway production of the musical Hello, Dolly opened in the St. James Theater in New York on January 16, 1964, beginning a run of 2,844 performances. The last Iranian Shah, Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, fled Iran with his family for good. On January 16, 1979, they relocated to Egypt. At about 1 a.m. on January 16, 1997, Ennis Cosby, son of former comedian Bill Cosby, was driving on Interstate 405 in California, pulled off to change a flat tire. Some guys nearby on drugs came over to rob Ennis, having no idea who he was. They must have been really hopped up because apparently Ennis didn't move fast enough to hand over what money he might have had, and by golly, they killed him. A foreign-born 19-year-old was arrested and tried for this murder. Now, during his trial, the suspect showed no remorse. He was convicted for the murder, and interestingly, in 2001, he confessed his guilt, stopped his appeals, and apologized to the Cosby family. On January 16, 2001, President Bill Clinton awarded former President Theodore Roosevelt a posthumous Medal of Honor for his service in the Spanish-American War. And I think that's going to do it for us today. As always, links to my research are included in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and feel free to share this video with others. Check out my other channel, 8 Susquehanna, and remember that there is a link in the show notes to the series, the playlist for the rest of these videos, and also for it in videos presented on a blog. So, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Maybe just a little bit slower. No, it's not. Okay, hold on. We'll just do that again. Great Boston math Okay. Bonnie Branzan. Okay, we're gonna do that one over. Bonnie Branzan. Okay. That's not a nice way to say it.